1 second. I should be live on Good morning. Just want to very quick off the bat here say I attempted to buy the Ashley, where's my manners? Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're well. And so now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, this is a 15-minute chart of the DAX, and I wanted to announce it, but I was so busy actually getting ready to stream. I wanted to be a buyer of the DAX at 22,398. The market actually went 91, but my fill, I was too slow, and I got a fill in a very small size. And normally I will trade this in 6, but it was more like, I'm just going to trade this in a little bit annoying to be right by 80 points and then only make 80 pounds out of it. But, you know, there's the trade. And this was happening just moments before the market opened. I'm sorry I didn't have time to post it because I was getting ready to stream. But hopefully you saw this setup yourself, which is essentially just a double bottom. That's all there is to it. It's clearing out stops below the swing low that happened yesterday, and yeah, that was that. That's all I did. So I don't think there's any mystery to what I just did. I'll put the stop loss at break even. So it will just stay there. So you may say, well, why did you buy? Did you not think that the price action during the night was bearish? Well, I was looking at if I get rid of this for a second, I was looking at the price action from yesterday. So here's the overnight range, and then you have the actual price action during the trading session. And as you can sort of roughly see this retracement here, it's about halfway down. I'm not deploying any ratio analysis such as Fibonacci. It's just, you know, you say, okay, it looks like about a 50% retracement, and we went down and we tested that, and I stepped up and bought, but not in full size. Just more like, let's have a look. And as you can see, it's coming down again. So I wasn't necessarily bearish. I'm looking at daily chart and what I am paying attention to. See if I can get rid of this. Delete drawing. Delete drawing. What I'm paying attention to is that the daily chart has developed a trading range, and we've tested the low end. And this is what it looks like on a weekly chart. I think I just got stopped out. Yeah, I did. I just got stopped out on that trade. So a very deep retracement. You look at the DAX. You have a test below the overnight range low just before the open. A rally of 100 points, and we'll come all the way back down again. So of course today is the 2nd of April, and it's the day where we supposedly will hear about America's decision on tariffs, or perhaps more specifically, what the consequences of that will be. So as Art Cashin used to say, you know, the CNBC commentator, he said, let's stay nimble. I see here this morning that an actor that I really liked, Val Kilmer, has passed away, sadly. And today on the news front, we have the pre-non-farm payroll, what's called the ADP, takes place about an hour before the market opens. And then tonight, after the market closes, or as the market closes, Donald Trump will speak, and he says, due to hold a press conference about tariff policies aimed at reshaping U.S. trade relationships at the White House. So maybe today will be one of those days where we have to be extremely careful what we do and expect the market to attempt to price in whatever they think is going to happen going forward. Oh, so sweet. Some of you are commenting on Val Kilmer as well. And one person said he was excellent in the movie Heat with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. I think Heat is my all-time favorite movie. It's such a great movie. To me, such a great movie. Just going to put a post in Telegram. So I just posted here, I will trade carefully today. I'm already sensing that the market is concerned. I will reduce my stake size, and I'm going to attempt to be a buyer of the DAX down here at a double bottom. So bought the DAX at a double bottom. Again, not a particularly good fill. 22,407, spot 50. I'll put a stop loss at 355. There we go. So what I've done here is I've reduced my stake size, and I've bought a double bottom. And I'm already 20 points offside. And the Footsie is not really budging at all. The Footsie printed at first bar positive. It means that if the Footsie comes down here, I would be a seller. Yesterday I actually did the opposite. I bought the Footsie. My DAX position is actually not doing very well now. And there's a possibility that the DAX is going to retrace all the way back down to 22,300. And I put my stop loss at 350, 355. Usually when the DAX is falling and the Footsie isn't, it's worthwhile being long the Footsie, so just bear that in mind. Now this is really not looking good in the DAX at all. It was a good decision to trade it in smaller size. If I'm going to get stopped out, let me get stopped out in smaller size. I think that's very likely that I will. Yeah, there we go. My stop loss is at 54. Sorry, 55 actually. 54 points. There you go, been stopped out. Damn. The one thing I dislike about my profession is when I get stopped out. In this case here, where the market goes 5 points further and then reverses strongly. And the account just dipped below 23,000 again. it's a rather classical pattern that when the DAX is falling and the Footsie is holding, that it's a good bet to be long the Footsie. It's an interesting dynamic. I think Telegram was muted. I'm sorry about that. Don't know how that happened. Well, I think we have to be mindful of a market that is nervous. I'm just looking at the DAX and thinking it's not able to bounce. We're coming up to school run in 5 minutes. I think I'm going to keep my stake size as is. I'm wondering if I should take the aggressive school run short today, because it does look like 22,300 is in play. So this low over here is 310, and this one is 297. I'm gonna take a chance and trade the Footsie on the long side. Just want to see what it looks like on a 10-minute chart. There we go. Yeah, I'm doing that. Let me show you my entry. 8611.9. I'm gonna have a stop loss at 8601. I don't want to have a 25-point stop loss today. So what I did here was I was attempting to be a buyer on a retracement in the Footsie. I went on a 10-minute time frame and I bought below prior bar low. The 15-minute chart looks a little different. All it does, it's sort of trading back down into the top of the trading range. And the 5-minute chart is pointing into a trading range here after a bullish open in a gap down situation. But my stop loss is extremely tight. Just looking at the DAX again, coming up to the conclusion of school run. Footsie is not really playing ball yet, or at all. So this calls for a traditional school run short. So I'm gonna have to do that. I'm shorting the DAX at 22,321. Oh, sorry, I just posted the wrong. This would be a short. There we go. My Footsie position is not working out. So here's an overview. My stop loss is at 01. And I've sold short the DAX. Let me just post this DAX trade. My concern about my short position in the DAX is the fact that we are trading down towards this range here. So right now, neither of my positions are looking particularly rosy. I'm just 2 points away from being stopped out in the Footsie. And my DAX, well, granted the DAX is just sort of hovering. Not anymore. So that's an example of how the DAX went below prior bar low and is reversing back into the range after hitting the bottom of the trading range. I knew that's a risk. I was absolutely mindful of it, and I traded it in smaller size. My gut feel was to be a buyer here, but I decided just to follow the normal doctrine and sell short the school run bar. Seems as if so far I've been spared in the Footsie. Yeah, tricky morning. For sure. Tricky morning. Now, as you can see, my normal 70-point stop loss is placed in the most poorest of ways. It's right at the top. So it probably should be a handful of points above. Okay, so Footsie is giving me an opportunity to get out for nothing, or hope that we're going to see higher prices. It probably wouldn't be a bad idea if the DAX actually begins to slide below this area here to add to the short position. So I'll add a little bit to my short position in the DAX. Just one. This is a 4-hour chart that you're seeing here. I will have to wonder if I should have taken the opportunity to get out of my Footsie position. Oops. I'm going to short the DAX again. I've been stopped out of the Footsie. Sorry about that. Damn. Hang on one sec. There we go. Just had to say, ah! Footsie is not far off from triggering that first bar. Positive sell signal at 97. Sold a little bit more in the DAX. That Footsie sell signal will come in at 97. I'm shorting the Footsie. So that's a short signal in the Footsie called first bar positive. Not looking so good now. As you can see, neither the Footsie nor the DAX. Crap. So what I'm hoping here is that sellers are coming in above prior bar high, and they did. That's really good news for me. I'm adding a little bit more to the DAX. And I'm doubling up on my Footsie position. I'm adding a little bit more to my DAX. It's looking weak. Gonna have to be careful here with my Footsie position. I've added a bit more to my Footsie. Sorry, my DAX. Lovely. I'm going to begin to close some of these DAX positions. I can do that from my software here. And the same in the Footsie. It's quite a big position in the Footsie. Oh Jesus, I didn't mean to close all my DAX. Alright, I'm gonna close my Footsie as well. I got one DAX running. Alright. Well, that was interesting. Huh? If I hadn't caught that on live YouTube, I don't think people would have believed me. I hope you enjoyed that. This could be an interesting day, huh? So far, what was the first thing I said this morning? I think I'm just going to be a little nimble. And instead, what do? Biggest position in the Footsie. And the biggest position in the DAX that I've ever done here with this 10K account. Go figure. Anyway, that's how I trade. Stop loss to break even. I hope you enjoyed it. But of course, I'm just a scammer. Oh, Jesus. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I trade. I think that's the best example I've shown for pushing a trend. Thank you for witnessing this. It was lovely to be able to share that with you. I don't think this move is over. I'll keeping my DAX. But I turned a bad morning into a very, very profitable morning. I'm not sure how many times I added to that DAX, but that's how I roll. Love you lots. You take care of yourself. I hope that you found this educational and inspiring. Let's see what the transaction history says. Oh yeah, there's some bad losses in there. But clawed a lot of it back. Whew, I got slightly clammy hands. As you know, I'm trading a much bigger account behind the scenes. And that was a rather chunky position I had on, which is why I decided I better ease the position a little bit. Okay, I will let the results speak for themselves. Silence the critics with good trading, and I'll leave you for the morning. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.